Hey guys, it's Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for the week of July 4th. Happy birthday, America. And we're going to get started right now.
Alright guys, Tim from Capes and Scales in the comic book store, and I'm going to tell you about the trades that we have coming out this week. I don't have a ton of trades. It's nice. I'm not just throwing a bunch of crap at you and you don't care. I'm going to tell you about these books. Justice League of America. I haven't read this book. I lied. It's a weird team. It's kind of fun if you like an oddball kind of Justice League team. Doctor Strange Damnation, the complete collection. I read some of this book, and it definitely has a lot of the tie-in stuff that went through, like Ben Reilly, the Johnny Blaze one-shots and all that. I like this story. It's basically Doctor Strange pissing off Mephisto, and Mephisto comes to our world and raises hell quite literally. We got Quantum and Woody, Volume 1. If you know me, you know I love Quantum and Woody. They're both jerks, and I just love jerks. We've got Aquaman. This looks like Steven Sajak art still, although I don't see his name anywhere on here. Oh god. Maybe. We got Rogue and Gambit. A lot of people really dug this, and it ended up turning into a series. That'll be good.
First issue was really good.
First issue was really good. See? Good work, Paul. And Batman Thrill Killer. Howard Chaykin. This is an older book, older being like 90s. It's about the year is 1961. I don't know anything about this. Okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I have one of these issues. I've never read it. I've probably had it since 1992. Sorry, Howard Chaykin.
First up, we have Project Superpowers, issue number 0. For those who don't know, and I didn't, the Project Superpowers are a group of Golden Age heroes. You're talking like 30s, 40s, 50s. Characters that were all bought by Dynamite and had a series created in 2008, and now we are starting the new series, kind of rebooting the series, rebooting what is happening. One of the main characters, whose name is the Green Llama, has a premonition of what is going to happen in the future and has to stop it with the rest of his crew and reassembling the Project Superpowers. It was kind of interesting. I liked it, especially not knowing anything about it. It does enough to fill in the blanks for somebody who has nothing going on. And for 10 cents, you really can't beat it. So give it a try, because it's a dime.
All right, my first book, Captain America #1. That's right, Captain America has another #1, as he does quite often. This book is by Tanishi Coates, along with Lenil Francis Yu. I love Francis Yu's art. This book, having not read a ton of Cap recently, it told me everything I needed to know. You have two things really happening at once. You have Captain America along with Agent 13, which is Sharon Carter, along with Bucky. They are fighting a bunch of cyborg versions of Nuke. If you're not familiar with Nuke, you should read some old Daredevil. He's a great character. Psychotic, patriotic, Punisher-style character. And then you have another story where Hydra is kind of backpedaling. They're trying to still conquer the world after the mishaps, I guess you could say, after Secret Empire. There is a return of a character. Not that the character has been gone, but she is not what you expect to see in a Captain America book. She's a mutant, and she's quite powerful. And she will be important to the story moving forward. I'm excited to see where it goes. I really like where this went. So, if you want to try Cap, this is a great jumping on point.
Next up, we have Cosmic Ghost Rider, issue number 1. Okay, fine. It was okay. I mean, the one thing I will give it is it at least explains what happened if you don't know anything about the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Gives you an idea of how Frank Castle ended up in space. But the art wasn't fantastic. The writing was decent enough. But it's just not a story that grabs me. It could be something later on that becomes important. I know a lot of people were really clamoring for it during the Thanos series, but it didn't draw me in enough. The art seemed a little hokey for the subject matter, and because of that, it kind of lost me. So you might like it, you might not, but yeah, it's up to you.
Alright, next up we have Unnatural. This is an Italian comic that has come over to America. It was originally done by Panini, now Image is putting it out. It is, I think, a 12-issue mini maxi series. I read this book because I've had a lot of people ask me questions about this book, and I need to know the answers. It's compared to Black Sad in the style of every character is a different animal. It's an unusual book in that it's a very sexualized book, so you don't want the kids to read this, but it's a very smart book, and your basic story elements is everybody's a different animal. You're not allowed to be with a different species. That is considered wrong and illegal, and it's very much an allegory for what is happening in America as far as gay rights, trans rights, and all of that. So it's a good book. The art's really good, but do know it's a very sexual book, and be prepared for that. It's not, because I know there's a lot of books with animal-based characters that can be a little mature, maybe a little too in detail with the sexuality. This isn't quite that. So you have to make up your own mind if this is for you.
All right, and picks of the week. I wanted to try to do this very, very gingerly because Tim is literally has his fingers in his ears because he wants to know. He doesn't want to know what's going on. So this is a twofer because I love both of these books so much and they kind of go together. We have, of course, Batman issue number 50. I'm going to tell you nothing about that book. Tom King, his writing style is superb. I love the changes in direction and the changing in the story and how it kind of flips back and forth. If you've been reading anything about this book recently, then you already know that kind of style, and it works very well in the storyline. I love how they bring a lot of the old artists that had been on Batman, and each gave them a page to kind of breathe and add part of the story. I'm not going to give anything away on what happened because it might have already been spoiled online, which is a shame. I hate the internet on that one. I liked. That's one thing I don't like about comics in general now, is that everybody seems to throw a bunch of stuff out on Tuesday. Let the people read the comics. Especially this one was spoiled by DC. Like, people want to read your comics. Stop spoiling crap. Also, if you're a fan of the series and you want to read Catwoman issue number 1, which I did, I really liked it, you have to read Batman issue number 50 first. It even tells you, warning, don't do it, because she will spoil it. I'm not going to tell you what happens in this. Joelle Jones is amazing on this book. I loved everything about it. She not only writes but draws and inks the book. It is a fantastic. I like the direction that it's going, but unfortunately, I really can't tell anything about it because they're heavy spoilers based on what happens in Batman 50. So, all in all, definitely grab them both because they're both. Even if you did get spoiled by something, Tom King's writing, Joelle Jones' writing and art are fantastic, and there's something you should be reading anyway. Week to week, they do awesome work, and can't wait to see what's next.
All right, and it's time for my pick of the week, and my pick of the week surprised me because I didn't think it was going to be my pick of the week. I thought it was going to be fun, but it was awesome, and it's Elvira. Yeah, Elvira. Mistress of the Dark number 1. I picked the J-Bone cover, I think. Yep, it's J-Bone. There's a lot of different covers. You don't have to love Elvira to get this book. You just know that she's been around since, what was like the 70s where she was big. And,
Still hot.
Still hot, yeah. You looking good, Elvira. DM me, Elvira. That'd be weird. The book is basically about her making a movie. She goes back to her trailer. It's got very quippy jokes, and it's just a fun read. She goes back to her trailer and somehow, plot device, gets transported to somewhere else with some historical people. And she's doing a little time travel thing through a coffin. And the way she talks to the reader, it's fourth wall breaking. She talks about how cool this comic book is and how all the variants are really cool and which variant did you pick up and just like things like that. Little weird sexualized jokes. It's just fun. If you have a silly sense of humor or if you just love Elvira, this is great. You should read it. It's just fun. And we need fun books because everything's so damn serious all the time. All right, and that is it. We are done. There's a video here. There's a video here. Happy 4th of July.
Don't blow off a finger.
What?
Don't blow off a finger.
Blow off at least 3 fingers. If you're going to blow off a finger, like do like 3. So they're like, wow, what'd you hurt yourself with? Like a sparkler?
It's like, no, it was an M80.
Yeah, blow it off clean. Do it correctly.
This nub used to be a hand.
Yeah. We're going to figure out cybernetics a little better soon. Don't worry about it. It's great. You'll have robot nub hand thing. I was going to say something nice about, America and the troops, and you just threw it all off. Troops, America, and everybody be safe and, I don't know, eat a hamburger or something. Unless you're not in America and you're watching this video, in which case I appreciate all of your support. We're going to go eat some burgers.
Thanks, Germany.